So Monday morning, first job on the way to right now. It's it's gone down. It's just over 1 degree temperature wise. It's been a bit frosty this morning, colder than I thought. So I'm going to do a little bit of a different video this week. I'm going to just do a few snaps of all this week that I do, a few little edits of the whole week, rather than just pick a job and film it. There'll be something probably for you sort of every day, so I'll take you to work with me every single day this week and pick out a few bits and pieces to show you. So January's gone, January's out the way, thank God. We're into February and I'm still gardening, still doing it. This week I am going to try and get in touch with some of the customers I haven't been going to throughout January. January was a good month, I must be honest. I know that nobody likes January, but work-wise, I will admit, I did pretty good. One second. Done it. January for me was profitable. I was working 4 days probably out of the week. Still trying to get some of the DIY done at home. So what I was tending to do was, instead of doing something every day, I was sort of cramming a few jobs in. And I was sorry, just waving at my my Monday morning people that I normally go to, but I'm not going there throughout the winter time. There's not much to do, so but they'll probably phone me now that they've seen me. So yeah, January was 4 days a week. I could have done 5, but I sort of crammed everything into those 4 days, just so I could have the Friday off and do a few bits and pieces on the house. I am now into February. I've had my first phone call of the year. I've had a first phone call for a new job that I'm going to look at probably later on this afternoon. So yeah, as for February, I'm going to be giving everybody a phone call that I done usual maintenance for last year, and I'm going to just find out if they need anybody at the minute. I'm only doing it for their benefit. I mean, if they don't want me, then I'm more than happy not to worry at the minute. I've got enough on. But if they do want me, I want to give them the option. As I say, I've had a phone call now for maintenance, and yeah, still doing bits. So anyway, Monday morning, let's see what I can do. So first job of the week is done. Unfortunately, I couldn't show you any of that because I've just spent the last 3 hours indoors. I have just worked for a lady I've worked for years and years, and I've said to you in the previous video, she's moving. So I go there every Monday, so I've basically got 4 more Mondays, and then she's moving. So some of those Mondays she wanted me to be inside. So I've just spent the last 3 hours. I took down an old cupboard, sort of literally dismantled an old cupboard. I took down a load of curtains and pelmets and that sort of thing, unscrewed everything. Little bits and pieces like that I wouldn't really do for anybody else. Probably, you know, I'd never do it as a job anymore. I used to, but not anymore. But this lady, I say, she's been ever so good to me, and I'll always help her out if I can. So she's moving away too far for me to continue. She's actually moving down to the coast, and I'm about 2 hours away from the coast. So unfortunately, she is moving too far away for me to continue maintenance. So it will be a sad one to lose her. She's been ever so good. Down this little road I have worked for in the past, so later down the lane, I still work here, I still work there. Probably at the end of February I'll go back. Used to work in here, boom, famous people live there, used to work there. And then there's another 3 houses down this lane that I didn't work at, never have done, and I work for the people used to work for the people at the very end. Yeah, so this one, nope. that one note, and the people at the very end, yes, did used to work for them. Unfortunately, situations changed. The people who lived there were quite elderly. It got too much in the end. Unfortunately, they were very, very forgetful. You know, unfortunately, the mines have just gone. Unfortunately, and was being accused of not turning up to work when I had been there. You know, I'd be there for 2 hours at some point, and then I'd get a phone call the next day to say, where were you? And I'd say, well, I see you yesterday, we had a conversation. And no, it got too much in the end, and so unfortunately that job fell through. So now, the end of this month, all I'm going to have up this way is one customer. So I'm going to have to change things around. I want to keep this one customer. They are ever so good to me. That is my longest running job. The one customer I have left up this way is my longest running job, and they are ever so good to me. So I'm going to try and tag this day. I have another couple of contracts that I do a little bit further through town. So what I'm hoping to do is come to this one first in the morning. Now my main plan will be to be here cutting grass at 8 in the morning. I've got to be here for 8 in the morning. If I get here for 8 in the morning, I could probably be away from there, say 12, and then from 12 o'clock I can then go back through the town, and I can then do probably three or four other little smaller jobs. That this one up is only a fortnightly one, and all the little ones I have throughout town are also fortnightly jobs. So if I can get all them put on the same job day, I'll be fairly happy. So as I said earlier on, I'm really February's come up pretty quick. I've got to give everybody a phone call. I normally give them like a phone call or text message just to sort of say, look, if you want any tidy ups doing in the garden, I can come and do bits and pieces for you. But as I say, February's come around pretty sharpish, and we even have a customer. Me and my dad have a customer that have got in touch with us to say they're going away for a month, and maybe we could go there in a couple of weeks' time and have a look at the grass, because she thinks the grass might need mowing. So it could even be starting mowing grass again within a couple of weeks. So all British Gas Guy, we're going to get a wave. Got a wave, got a thumbs up from British Gas Guy, still waving at me. I didn't get an invite to the Christmas do, which I was a bit gutted about. But so I'm just pulling into my second job of the day, and my final job of the day. I don't think anyone's here. I think they are away, but I'll have to leave them a note to say that I've been here. I'm not sure if anyone's about at all. This place has just been going. Let's see if I can show you some of this one, just what I've been up to. And it's been I just want to park so that I can actually see my van, because no one's about. I don't want anyone. I'm going to be working down that side down here, so hopefully I can keep an eye on my van. So this place, I did give you a quick glimpse of it once before, but I've had about 6 visits here. I've been here about 6 times, and what I've been doing is just tidying the beds, just digging through the beds. The guy got me in probably November time, gave me a call in November and said about just coming through, digging all the weeds, bits and pieces out. This is as far as I got. Last time I was here, the ground was really hard and frozen, so I just clipped down a load of stuff out of it. I've not actually dug this bit yet. I'm going to dig it now and continue on. The guy here is a real keen gardener himself, so I think really all he wants me to do is this side, this whole side. So whether or not when I get to the end, that may be it. I think he might just be giving me a bit of a trial, see how I get on. I'm going to blow all those leaves out of there, and from underneath those bits and pieces. I don't take any of this rubbish away. All of this rubbish is just composted on the site. I just chuck it all at the back, which is great for me. It's another job I don't have to worry about taking any bits and pieces away. So yeah, that's my afternoon job. Of digging and weeding. Not sure if you can notice a difference. It's not easy digging. All this tree, its roots are everywhere, driving mad. So the soil was terrible as well. So I think out of the whole thing, digging for 2 hours, I found one worm, and finding one worm normally means the soil's pretty rubbish for me. So anyway, this one's done. Make sure I get all my bits together, because I'm not going to be back here for 2 weeks, so get all my things together and be on my way, and I will see you tomorrow. So it's Tuesday, and me and Dad are together today, and on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday, me and Dad, we maintain a private retirement place. It's not a care home, but it's like a retirement place. So we've had this contract for about 6 or 7 years now. I'll try and show you some of it. It's there are a lot of eyes that watch us on this day, so I will try and do a little bit of filming. We're going to do a little bit of weeding, and we are going to do some edging, maybe some hedge cutting even. So this property is the only commercial property me and my dad actually do now. This is a place where we have to put in a new contract every year. And we've got it for the last 6 or 7 years now, so we've got right on top of it, and we know the customers fairly well. These type of jobs can be quite tricky because it sometimes seems like you're working for, instead of one person, you sometimes feel like you're working for sort of 20, 25 customers. Everybody here who lives here now, at one stage probably had quite a nice garden, and they all want their little sections outside their place to look nice, and so it can be quite tricky sometimes. We try and keep everybody happy on site, but it's sometimes not an easy job. We're very lucky on this job to be given cups of tea and cups of coffee throughout the day, but this old boy in the corner, he always makes us a cup of coffee this time of year, and there's normally a big shot of whiskey in it. Got to be pretty careful because Dad's got to drive the van later on, so he normally ends up sort of tipping his, but it definitely gives you a bit of a kick. It is fairly strong. Also like this place because it's very local to where I live, and occasionally I get a little visitor. That's my youngest girl there. She's popped round to see us. She was more interested in seeing Grandad on that day, though. She wasn't really too fussed about seeing me. But it is nice and local to where I live. And I say, occasionally family will wander past and come and say hello, which is really nice. These commercial properties are very, very good money-wise, but there is also a lot of downsides to them. You know, like I said before, you're working for up to 30 different people on this property, and it can be sometimes very difficult to keep them all happy. As I say, they always want their section looking the best. If you cut one hedge before you cut another hedge, you're always doing it the wrong way round. They all have their little say on things.
I say, as you can see, all this property is looked after by us. All the grass you see, all the hedges you see, we cut. And I say there's always a lot of eyes. We've got them down to quite a good thing now. You know, we know how they work, they know how we work. And I say you just need a little bit of a thicker skin to work here sometimes, because it can be tricky.
So I've just been to look at my first new job of the year. Got the job. It's pruning a load of roses, pruning some real big climbing roses. People seem really nice. Both came out in the garden and, you know, had a look round. Both of them came round and had a look around the garden with me. I always find if I get jobs this time of year, and I have got jobs, I've got some really good jobs for the last 2 or 3 Januaries. I've had phone calls, and they've always been really good jobs, always paid well. I always find you get jobs this time of year, the people you're going to be working for are keen gardeners. The garden's always going to look fairly good. So if you're getting anybody phoning you this time of year for jobs, I always think that they're obviously going to be keen in the garden. They want the garden to look nice. You know, they've put some thought into it. They know that gardeners are busy. So anybody that phones for me sort of January, February time, I always know that their gardens are they're going to be good garden people. And I like working for people that know a bit about the gardens, because they sort of know what you go through a little bit. Whereas sometimes you just get people that phone when the grass is 6 foot high, and they decide then they want a grass cut. I want to do a video soon about about how my what advertising I used last year and how successful it was, and what I'm going to do differently this year. The advert that just got the phone call from is an advert I'll keep in all year round, and it's only in a very, very small village or the community. The advert comes out in a little church magazine, which is freely delivered in it's freely delivered around a small community. Probably gets freely delivered to about, let's say, 1,000 houses. That one I keep in all year round. It's so cheap I can afford to keep it in all year round, and it's got me some real nice little jobs. So that's the only reason I keep it in all year round, is because the last 3 Januaries it's been in, I've got a phone call for work, and the jobs always tend to be fairly good. So that's why reason I keep it in. But I do want to do a quick video one day about the advertising I used last year, how successful it was for me, and what I will do advertising this year. So anyway, that was just I was supposed to be going to another job now, but I'm going to move this job to later in the week, and I've got a few bits to sort out tonight. So whether or not I'll show you any more today, I'm sure Wednesday for me will be a successful day.